Hello, everyone. It's Rex Sykes, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit more about the fires and the devastation and destruction in Los Angeles and what to know about it, what to think about it, how to prepare for what's coming. As of right now, there's about 10 fires, there's 10 known deaths of humans, and over 10,000 structures that have been destroyed. The toll on our consciousness, on our hearts, on our thoughts, and on the actual day-to-day ability to meet your sustenance needs and to stay healthy for so many people is a tremendous cost, a tremendous amount of suffering that people are going through right now, either directly for those people who lost their homes and their belongings, or for those of us who have friends and family who have done so, and for society at large. The issue is the loss. First off, some people handle loss better than others. Some people lose lots of things and go, that's fine, they were things, I get that. Other people seem very compromised by that. They're hurt. They have invested in things that are important to them. And the loss of those can be quite devastating to their mind and to their heart, to their being. And they don't yet see how they could ever go on or recover or rebuild or have the things back that they no longer can have. You know, I grew up mostly in LA as a teenager and adult, and the homes of friends, the structures, the places I visited, my stomping grounds, gone. I mean, just gone. And some of us will handle that better than others. What I want to point out, though, is that the fires are the beginning of calamity in many ways. So hopefully they'll be out soon, that they can be controlled, they can be put out, and then a restoration process begins. Just know, though, that the toll of the psyche consciousness that is going to be affecting people will be great in many ways. And so what we can do is first be understanding, be empathetic, be compassionate, do whatever we can to assist them in getting through these difficult days and the difficult days that might come in the future and that or will come in the future. Support them, encourage them to get help or counsel or to meditate or to release, to let go, to manage their mindset and to continue to move forward. Because frankly, what's the alternative? But my point is, love them, understand that people are going through a tough time. This is not the time to criticize or to browbeat or to tough love or any of that stuff. It's a time to be there for the people who are in need. And there are people, not just in California. One of previous videos said, hey, you know, people go through this every single day all around the world. We need to be there for them too. And that's just as applicable. Everything I say right now today is about everyone in the world going through something somewhere, whether it's a natural disaster, a financial disaster, a loss of a loved one, a loss of a job, whatever it might be. We need to understand how we can help and assist people. So people have lost their belongings. Some are insured. Some will see their dwellings may be restored, or they may be financially compensated. Many may not be. You know, the insurance companies are going to adjust for the loss that they suffer in all this payment. So you could probably expect all of our insurance, those people who are insured, to go up. So that'll add to, you know, financial issues with the people who've just been harmed by losing something and losing all of their money or all of their belongings, and then have added costs in the future that would be unanticipated. There's going to be food shortages. There's energy and power shortages. California, for example, is one of the largest economies in the world. And this will have a ripple effect throughout our country and the rest. So again, collaborate, cooperate, find out what you can do. There's so many wonderful people out there, not only the brave first responders of all sorts, the pilots, the firefighters, the EMTs, the transportation people, everybody, the people who are helping shelter, to transport, to feed, to provide comfort for those who are been displaced. I mean, think about that. 10,000 homes are displaced. That's, if 2 people lived in a home, that's 20,000 people. And, you know, so that's just if 2,000 if two people lived in a home, and there's 10 fires, and there's far more than that. So there are a lot of displaced people, and a lot of people who are going to need shelter. They're going to need power. They're going to need transportation. They're going to need food and groceries. They're going to need clothing. They're going to need understanding. They may need counseling, and all sorts of stuff. And then all of that others that go out. So just be loving and kind and compassionate and helpful. This is not the time to be political or critical or blame, or that all can come later. If they rush in to build, which they're going to do, obviously. If they just do the same thing they did, we'll have the same issues we had. If you overbuild and overcrowd and let things happen that way, or allow things to happen that way. The reason why these things happen, and they happen in Los Angeles or Chicago or in major cities, is because we're very close together. Out in the wild, the wilds of, say, a state that is sparsely populated, yes, wildfires can get out of hand, and there's huge devastation to animal and plant life, but human structures and human beings aren't as compromised. So understand, it's part of what happens when you live in an urban setting, that your dwellings are close together, your yards, boundaries touch and all that kind of stuff. So it can be tough to consciously rebuild in a way that allows us to hopefully mitigate some of these issues in the future. And hey, there's earthquakes, there's floods, there's snowstorms, there's mudslide. I mean, there's all sorts of different kinds of things. And to think that we're smarter than nature is. So what we need to do is learn how to cooperate, work, and with each other, and then try and do that in a, I suppose, an ethical, a conscious, a moral way, in terms of how we build back, and how we do good for all, and how we don't disparage or injure more those who are hurt, or those, even the term collateral damage, is so, in my view, disgusting, because it takes the human out of it. Even the word humanity is a word that I don't care for, because as human beings having everyday, daily situations that we face that we need to step up and help meet, whether that's their medical care, and in this case, it can be great. Whether it's their financial care, in this case, it can be great. Whether it's Social Security or that kind of thing, and it can be great. In terms of their food and sustenance and clothing needs, that can be great. In terms of transportation to and from hospitals, and to and from, wherever, into schools and the children. And I mean, we haven't even been able to wrap our brain around it. We just go, oh my gosh. And then as things figure it out, they'll find out where the holes in our planning is. They'll find out where the things are that aren't covered. They'll find out where all these gaps are, and what we need to do as people who can help is to help plug those holes and those gaps for them, but also for ourselves and for the other people who are going to be affected by this worldwide. So my message really today is to follow the injunction. Love. You can love yourself first, but also love your neighbor as you love yourself, and do for them. This is a real important Good Samaritan time. This is the time when you can reach out and help people. And it's so beautiful to see the people who've opened their homes to strangers, people who've opened the shelters to strangers, people who are feeding, people who are giving away food, people who are giving transportation, and helping address the needs that we have today in this situation. And it could go on for a while, or it could be contained fairly shortly, but whatever the result is, and hopefully it will be contained shortly, but whatever it is, let's you and I step up. Let's you and I just love, understand, not exclude anyone, but include all. Of course, people say, well, there's going to be looters. And yes, there will. So, okay, it's all part of it. So this is why love, be compassionate, cooperate, collaborate, lend a hand, share what you can. If you can't give money, you can give of your time. If you can volunteer. You can share things like this video and the other videos or other news items that are there designed to help people. You can get on your social media and repost where the shelters and avenues for resources are, but do something. With that, I remain Rex Sykes, and again, much love, peace, and blessings to everyone who's going through this, whether directly or indirectly, anywhere and all around the world. I love you. And please, if you care to, share this video too, if you think that this message is important. I love you. I'm Rex Sykes. I'll see you again.